Hello, today I'm going to show you how I composite 3D characters into 2D images like this. Yeah, I'm going to show you the process behind this image specifically, but I've done this a bunch of times. So as you can see, there's no character in it, but there's space for it. So what I did is I went ahead and I opened up Blender. So I start with adding my character in just a T-pose. This is Louise, by the way. I threw a hoodie on her and I went ahead and went into pose mode, set a keyframe, and then set a keyframe for the very end. Right, the hands back a little bit. I don't care that the hoodie's intersecting because from our angle you don't see it, so it's fine. And then I went ahead and moved these medieval boots. I've just downloaded them online to the final places, like the resting place of the foot. And yeah, that's how I got the pose. Super simple. Import images as planes if you've never seen that. So let me hide all these ones just for now. So I imported this, and then what you want to do is you want to move the camera and the image around until it's the right perspective. So it takes a little bit of messing. I just eyeball it. I'm sure there's like plugins or ways to get it like perfect, but I just eyeball it every time. And then, so now onto the lighting. I added, in the room I was in, there was a big light above me, so I just added a cube with an emission texture on it and a little area light. Now, here's the two keys. I wanted some bounced lighting. Right? So what I did is I took the texture from this background image and just put it on a plane and stretched out the UV. And go into edit and select everything. You can see it's just been stretched to be this part of the image. And then I did the same kind of idea over here, except I don't know what I was thinking with this shape, but it works. It gets a bounce light, and without all that stuff, it's just a little bit more harsh in the shadows. So with plane, without plane, you can especially see it here, and you get more of a warm feel. It feels like more legit. For lighting, I also just did a gradient texture in the H2RI. If I remember, I'll normally take like a panoramic view, and then that makes it a lot easier when you go into rendering. So what I did after this, I'm happy with the perspective, everything, the lighting looks good. I go ahead, I render this image, and I'm gonna render one with just the PNG, even though the lighting's not perfect here, because this is where it gets to compositing. Right? Now, we go ahead and we open Photoshop. All right, so you can do this in anything. I just choose to do it in Photoshop because I'm used to it. Image as background, okay? And then we have quite a few layers. So we're gonna start top down. First one, soft light. This, I believe, I just drew in a couple with a soft brush. I just drew in where I wanted it to be a little bit darker, because I didn't like how strong those highlights were. Here's my color correction. I brought up in curves and curves. So what layer, if you've never seen this before, this is the layer with the proper lighting. And what we do is we hold Alt and assign that to be, let me show you what I'm doing. So then we have, these are the two renders, right? So we're gonna take the one with the good lighting and we're gonna Alt click so it masks over top of that. This way, we have the proper lighting, but it's cut out so you don't have the oddly placed plane floor. All right, and then after that, I'm gonna come in here, and the last step is just adding shadows. So this is very by eye. I noticed that there's two shadows on me. There's one shadow this way and one shadow vertically, right? So you're gonna, I first add this softer shadow, and then there's a harder shadow that goes eventually onto the wall. And yeah, that is that. Bada boom, bada bing. It's actually a lot easier than it may sound or look. So thanks for watching. That's my process for creating images like this, taking a 3D character and putting it in a 2D picture. All right, ciao.